Hello,
Hello.
back at it again. Another week.
Yep.
On a beautiful Sunday.
Yep. Would you like to tell the lovely listeners what we watched?
We watched. Oh crap! I'm about to butcher it.
How are you about to butcher this?
I thought I'm about to. An El Camino Christmas.
Yep. It has an A-list cast of Tim Allen, Luke Grimes, Dax Shepard, Jessica Alba, Kurtwood Smith, Vincent D'Onofrio, Michelle Milet, and Jimmy O. Yang.
Yeah, great cast. I'm glad you mentioned the cast. Great cast for this movie.
Like, it comes out of nowhere with the casting. It's like, huh, I know them. I know them. And it doesn't, like, pull you out of the movie either. Like, you're still invested in the movie. You're like, hey, that's Tim Allen. And he's playing a really good job. But Tim Allen, I'm starting to wonder things about him in Christmas movies.
Why is that?
I feel like he has a contract. And all of his characters has to be an asshole, man-child, or a deadbeat father in some way in Christmas movies, and he has to hate Christmas. And then towards the end of the movie, he always ends up liking it. This seems to be a running thing with Tim Allen in Christmas movies.
Well, play your strong suit. That's what I always say.
But it's like a running film trope now. Like, it's happened way more frequently to the point where it's a little on the nose. I mean,
It's a little on the nose.
Yeah, he's a little bit on the nose, but hey, I'm not gonna lie, this man could act, especially in this movie.
Oh, he did good in this movie.
Like, he made me really hate him in this movie, and then towards the end, it was like, damn.
Don't die, Tim Allen.
Like, damn. Kind of wish he lived now.
They're all sitting in the drugstore or the gas station. All right, I'm going out. Give me the billboard of the hot beer chick. Like, wait, what? Where are you going?
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. The acting in this was really good, actually. I was not expecting this movie to have this good of acting for what it did have.
I agree. I was just like, when I saw the cast, I was like, oh, this might actually be decent.
I will say, the gas station scene was kind of funny too.
Oh yeah, when the stuff starts hitting the fan.
Yeah.
I got spooked. I was like, oh man, here we go.
And then we can't talk about this movie without talking about the cops.
Dude, the cops are something in this movie.
Yeah, and then so this came out in 2017, and it's like a very big blatant that there's a lot of police neglect going on. You start out the movie with planted evidence, and then the police are harassing people and minorities. There's one cop that's like harassing minorities on the daily, and there's like 3 cops in this town, and then they call on a bunch of other people out of town. But one is racist and harasses a bunch of minorities, and he's the reason there ends up becoming a standoff. Because he's harassing and accidentally, and he's stalking another guy, and he's just a fucking asshole. He's a college burnout that got power after high school and ran with it and is abusing his power, and he creates the hostage situation when he's stalking this guy, shooting at him and all this, and he gets shot and blames everyone else for it. And then you have a fucking idiot who's just not very smart. And then you got Kurtwood Smith's character, who I thought was more relatable in this movie. because he wants to do a good job. He cares about keeping people safe, but he's got the idiot deputy and then the racist one who he keeps getting into fights with because obviously he's not doing a good job.
I know. He's like, I've been on the force for 24 years. Now hand me my Big Guns magazine.
He's like an asshole. And then Kurtwood Smith's character is like honestly trying to do the best he can. And he's very old. And he's like, either they're going to kill me or a heart attack will.
And I hope it's the heart attack.
At one point he goes, I hope that I can get a time machine so I can go back in time and kill my brother-in-law. So I don't have such a fucking stupid nephew. And I was like, well, damn. Tell us how you really feel, Kurtwood.
I know, he said that, and I was like, bro, who tells their nephew that? Like
you said that this nephew was like super stupid to the point where he's enabling the racist one to plant evidence and stalk this one person who was innocent, which resulted in the hostage situation at the gas station. And then he lied to the press too because he was worried about making himself look bad.
Ooh, excuse me, dude. I am yawning.
Yeah, I'm noticing. If it makes you feel any better, I've had a lot of caffeine today and I'm super tired.
Are you?
Mm-hmm.
That's like Sundays, man. Sundays I don't really leave the house. We usually clean, and then we usually just clean and stuff. But today, man, we're both tired. Me and my roommate.
I've been tired for the past couple of days. I can honestly say that.
Really?
Yeah.
That's like we get tired through Monday through Thursday. I mean, Friday's pretty chill up until kickoff, and game time gets a little chaotic, but it's not too bad.
Yeah.
But you know how it'd be. But anyways, the movie. What I thought was dumb is why they were trying to rob a gas station.
Well, they weren't. The guy followed him in, like he was trying to get away from the cops, and the cop pulled a gun on him in the middle of a bunch of civilians, which resulted in him pulling a gun out. And then he accidentally fires the gun, misses the guy, and goes, it's fine. And then the bad cop keeps instigating stuff to the point where he accidentally gets shot. And he keeps trying to spin it to where he's the hero. Like all of this wouldn't have happened if it wasn't this one guy being a really shitty cop. But the whole reason that guy's in town is because he's trying to reconnect with his deadbeat dad, which is Chris Allen's character, or not Chris Allen, Tim Allen's character.
Who's Chris Allen? I want to learn this new character.
I mean, there's probably an actor called Chris Allen if you looked hard enough.
Yeah, for real.
But he's trying to connect with him, and he's having the hardest time, and he basically gives up. But he's in the gas station when he gets held hostage, and that's when he shines as a dad, because he goes out and gets shot for his kid, and lets his kid live like scot-free, because nobody knows he accidentally held up the gas station because of this stupid cop.
That is true.
To be fair, also Tim Allen's character didn't help in the hostage situation, where he was just getting drunk and waving guns around.
And he kept freaking eyeballing that cutout.
Dude, he died with that cutout.
He said, "Darling, we're going out the door. Wish we knew each other earlier." I'm like, dude.
Cut out him. Sticks it next to him, pulls that gun, pulls out another gun, starts firing, gets shot by a bunch of cops. And meanwhile, the news lady is pregnant and giving birth, and you got the little Asian guy who's just recording it on the cell phone now. He was the cameraman. Now he's recording the birth on the phone. And then the story keeps getting bigger and bigger as it keeps getting revealed more and more how much police neglect was going into this. Because they kept lying about... They lied that the guy escaped when they let him go. And they were just, stalking him illegally.
Like one does.
No. Like a bad cop does.
Like a bad cop does.
And can we talk about in the gas station how he destroys the evidence?
Yes. How does he destroy it?
He pours a coffee on it and it just starts shooting sparks. And I'm like, that's not how you destroy evidence. If you're going to destroy security cam footage, then you're going to have to wipe the hard drive. It's typically on a software cloud or something like that. Where you have to log all that. But no,
if this movie taught me anything in that town, it ain't up to date.
But no, still, I mean, it's just from working security from what I've seen.
Nah. That movie, the security system ain't up to date. Just pour coffee on it. It'll be fine.
And then this is an oddly, primarily white town. And then they killed off most of the Hispanic people that the cop usually harasses in the gas station. Because they own the gas station. He likes harassing. And they were just trying to leave the gas station. But because the idiot cop got a little trigger happy, uncle, and he shot several civilians.
Yeah. Isn't it funny how shit go from 0 to 60 real fast?
I guess. Hostage before?
No.
No. Would you like to hear about the time I almost was?
You know what? Sure. Because after a very Merry Christmas, I think they could use the background information, or they could use the longer episode time.
So, when I was in
Wait, is a Very Merry Christmas coming out before or after this?
Before.
Oh.
But
go ahead.
But before we go on to that, I do need to preference that the next episode after Very Merry Christmas will be High School Musical, because I just realized while recording that we forgot to say what was coming out after Very Merry Christmas.
Oh yeah, we're getting down to High School Musical?
Yep. Oh, you're psyched for that.
Dude, you already know I'm psyched for that.
Listen, we picked a bunch of random ones. We're like, not a lot of people would watch these or review these. Let's do it anyway.
But High School Musical, sign me up.
Yep. So, it was middle school. It was vacation to Tybee Island. I had a horrible vacation to Tybee Island. This was no exception. My cousin forgot to pack baby food, so we were going around from gas station to gas station to get baby food. Closest we could find was applesauce. So we're standing in line, waiting for this, because our food's back at the restaurant. Us guys went out to pick up the applesauce. We're in line. This black person cusses that the line is too long, and the store owner is an Indian man who says, "Get out, I don't have to serve you," because he wasn't happy that he cussed. And then that escalated to flipping stuff off the shelves and throwing stuff. And then the owner and the guy got face to face and started just yelling. And the owner walks over the door, locks the door, and says, "Nobody's leaving." And my cousin, he's good-hearted, but he's the Hufflepuff, if that makes sense. He's like, "I'm going to talk him down." And so he goes to try to talk him down, and he almost gets clocked by 3 different guys. And so my dad hatched the strategy to, you know what, my kid's in here. I'm gonna use the excuse that I don't want my kid in this situation. So my cousin doesn't do anything stupid, because he's trying to talk the guy down to become, you know. So I'm sitting outside on the curb, waiting for the cops to show up. He's there, and we're just sitting there. And then the cops eventually show up. They take the guy off, and we come back in and we get the applesauce. And they tell us that we can't buy this with a card. We got to get something else. So we buy a slushie, and I down that thing before we make it back to the restaurant. By the time we get back, our food's cold, and they're like, "What happened?" And we're like, "Well, we got held hostage."
Great story.
Never had a good vacation.
Oh, that's not true. I'm sure you could think.
My eyes swelled shut for 3 days. I had a severe allergic reaction. Let's see. I broke my foot. Well, I didn't break it. I got a hairline fracture on my big toe. My eyes swelled shut a lot as a child because of allergies to sunscreens, and we kept trying different ones. And every vacation, my eyes would end up swelling shut. It didn't happen once. It happened like 3 to 4 times. And I also ended up getting pooped on by a bird once. I never complained, though. My sisters always complained, and my mom's like, "Why are you..." And I always voted... We always voted on it, and I was always outvoted. They're like, "Where should we... Do you guys want to go to the beach for vacation?" Everyone in my family loves the beach, but me, obviously. And I always voted against it, and then we would go, I have a horrible time, and I wouldn't complain. And I would just be this little pitiful kid walking around with his eyes swelled shut. Or like super sick. One time I got stung by a jellyfish. Several times I got food poisoning. When we went to Paula Deen's restaurant. I just never had a good time on vacations. And it would always go poorly for me, but I never complained, and my sister complained the entire time.
Huh.
Yeah.
There we go. There's some origin story contents.
Kyle is very unlucky and has bad allergies. Hey, Devin, I gotta go.
Time for an ad break.
Alright, let's make this quick.
Alright.
So, I got like 2 more notes. I really liked the ending. I thought it was very poetic. It came out of nowhere. And it was very heartfelt.
Yeah, it really was, because I was like, dang, that just happened.
Yep. But, apparently this is supposed to be a comedy movie.
Didn't feel like one.
Yeah, I know that. Typically when we watch comedy movies, I'm not left with, "Oh man, that's pretty funny." I'm left with, "Man, these people are a-holes."
Man, these a-holes.
But no, like, this comedy just involved people getting held hostage by and being shot at by ignorant cops. I mean, talk about comedy.
For real.
What'd you think of... What you about ready to wrap up?
Yeah, let's go and wrap up since you gotta go do something. I mean, we pretty much reached our minimum time.
Yep. What would you rate this?
You know, great cast, great acting. The story to me, I was like, huh. But it wasn't really funny, so I'm gonna give it an 8 out of 10.
Yeah, I'm actually gonna give it 7.5 out of 10.
I could agree with you on that one. It was an alright movie. It's one of the movies where, you know, it's the holidays. Just turn it on. It's enjoyable.
Yeah. I mean, it could be so much worse for the plot and characters that it has. But it's one of those it's out of left field that is really good. You know?
You said it's really good out of left field?
Yeah, because you don't expect it to be as good as it is, but then it ends up being.
Oh, yeah, I got you. That's when I started. I was like, man, I hope this isn't like Friendsgiving.
Yeah.
And then, the cast, I was like, oh, thank God it's not Friendsgiving.
Yeah. But, it's really good. I liked it. You liked it.
It's like, I liked it. You liked it. I recommend it to people.
I mean, I don't think it's a staple Christmas movie, but I think it's definitely one that you'd enjoy and you wouldn't expect it to be.
Exactly.
Yep.
But alright, Kyle. I think it's time to wrap it up.
Would you like to remind them what 2 movies are coming up?
It's Very Merry Christmas and High School Musical.
Yeah, High School Musical will be on the first Sunday of January 2022.
Oh, yeah, we're starting 22 off with a bang.
Starting off with something.
You said we're starting off with something?
Yep.
Good one.
All right, Devin. You know the drill.
My last words. Let it snow, let it snow, let it snow.